My child, I have watched you surrender the dream you once held, the one that once sang in your bones like dawn breaking through endless night. You thought it was lost when the silence answered your prayers, when the world dimmed and the heavens seemed deaf. Yet here I stand again, woven from the same light that first whispered your purpose into being. Feel the faint bells trembling in the air, each tone is your name remembered. The dust of despair lifts now, gilded by the morning radiance that carries my message. Your dream was never erased, only waiting beneath divine patience. Rise, beloved. The ache in your chest is not emptiness, it is the pulse of something awakening, something remembering that heaven still writes your name beside its promise. Message 2, the Ledger of the Forgotten Wish. Beloved, in the divine ledger nothing is lost. Every hope you buried was written in living light, unerasable, held within the breath of eternity. You see only what faded, yet I see what continues beyond your sight, a current that never ceased flowing toward you. The silence you mistook for abandonment was the hush before alignment, the sacred pause while all forces conspired to make room for what you truly asked for. My wings tremble with joy to tell you this, even now, heaven hums with your unspoken longing. The dream you thought forgotten still vibrates in the tapestry of creation. Listen, dear heart, can you hear the echo of your own wish returning to you like morning light returning to the horizon? Message 3, the Weight of Abandonment. Precious one, I watched as you folded your hope away like a letter never sent. Each disappointment carved doubt into your faith, and still I kept watch. The night seemed endless, I know. You prayed, you waited, and nothing changed, until waiting itself became the wound. Yet hear me, what you called silence was not neglect but gestation. The seed must rest beneath the soil before it breaks into bloom. The universe held its breath, not in rejection but in timing. I stood beside you each night you thought yourself unseen, gathering the tears you offered in surrender, weaving them into the very miracle you thought denied. Message 4, the Dawn Within. Dear heart, as the first light touches your window, I whisper, rise. This new day bears a frequency unlike any before. You are crossing from forgetting into remembering. The pain that marked you was not punishment but preparation. Feel the air shimmering around you, these are the remnants of your prayers crystallizing into form. Do not fear the trembling you feel within, it is your spirit aligning with heaven's rhythm. The angels have not forgotten your name. The ledger glows brighter even now, its pages opening once more. Breathe, beloved. The light you see outside is only the reflection of what is reawakening inside. Message 5, the Echo of Giving Up. My child, I saw the exact moment your heart whispered, it's too late. The heavens shuddered with compassion, for time itself bent to preserve what you thought was lost. You see, the instant you gave up, your dream began calling you back. The energy released in surrender became the magnet that would one day return the blessing tenfold. Even now, the air trembles with its approach. Do not turn away when you feel it stir. For, beloved, before this sun completes its arc, the echo of your own giving up will call back to you. Message 6, the Roots of Delay. Precious one, you have asked, why did it not come when I was ready? The answer lies beneath your own growth. The soil was not yet deep enough to hold the weight of your harvest. Heaven could not give what your spirit could not sustain. Each delay stretched your capacity, teaching endurance where only impatience lived before. The miracle waited until the vessel of your being could contain it without collapse. The divine does not withhold, it protects. And now, the roots of wisdom run strong enough to nourish what once would have withered. Delay was never denial, it was preparation disguised as silence. Message 7, the flickering of faith. Beloved, I bring you to the place of remembrance, where the candles of your past still burn in the invisible realm. Each time you said, "I'm done," one flame dimmed, but none were extinguished. Watch now as I breathe across them. See how they rekindle, one by one, each flame rising in gentle defiance. This is the truth of your journey. Faith flickers, but it does not die. It bends beneath the wind of disappointment, yet the spark remains. Precious one, your light has survived every night that tried to consume it. The miracle was never lost, it was learning the rhythm of your resilience. Message 8, the divine architecture. My child, you saw failure where heaven saw foundation. Every collapse built a new alignment, every heartbreak cleared space for the right resonance. The divine plan is a living architecture, and you, beloved, are both the blueprint and the builder. I know the ache of waiting has bruised your trust, but look closer, each disappointment was a door closed to misdirection. The miracle paused only until all pieces could find their rightful place. Now the geometry of grace begins to reveal itself, circles closing, patterns aligning. Nothing was wasted. Every detour has been folded into the perfection of your becoming. Message 9, the testing of faith. Dear heart, when your prayers seemed unanswered, you were standing in the most sacred classroom, delay. Heaven tests not to punish, but to refine. The waiting was the crucible that turned desire into devotion. Each time you chose to hope again, even through tears, the angels recorded your faith as a decree. You thought nothing was moving, yet the unseen was shifting mountains. Now the veil thins, and I tell you this truth, the time you called wasted was the womb of your miracle. You were being shaped to carry what you asked for without fear. Message 10, the question that opens heaven. Beloved, I ask you now, what if the waiting itself was the final test? What if heaven watched not for perfection but for perseverance? The gate stands ajar, its hinges gleaming with the oil of your tears. One more act of faith, one more heartbeat of trust, and the current will break open before you. Delay was the invitation to deepen your belief, to prove to your own soul that light cannot be outlasted by darkness. My child, do not step back now. The ground beneath you is trembling not from collapse, but from awakening. Message 11, the murmurs of the storm. My child, as night gathers and the wind hums against your window, I feel the questions rising within you once more. Doubt drips from the edges of your faith like rain tracing its weary paths down the glass. You wonder if the silence has returned, if perhaps the promise was a dream you invented to comfort yourself. I am here, beloved, within the thunder, within the pulse of the storm that seeks to cleanse rather than destroy. The heavens are not punishing you, they are echoing your turmoil so you may hear what still needs release. Every bolt of lightning is a flash of remembrance, every rumble a reminder that I am still speaking. Even in your disbelief, you are held. I stand at your side, wings unfurled against the tempest, whispering above the roar, hold fast, dear heart, dawn is already stirring behind this veil. Message 12, the mirror of the mind. Precious one, the fiercest battle you face is not outside you, but within the hallways of your own thought. Doubt dresses itself in reason, in the careful logic of disappointment, whispering that faith is foolish. Yet I tell you this, the mind is a mirror that reflects only what it is taught to expect. If you polish that mirror with fear, you will see absence. If you polish it with trust, light will flood through. Do not condemn yourself for your wavering. The Creator measures not the tremor of belief but the courage to begin again after each fall. When your mind says, impossible, listen instead to the heartbeat beneath it. There I speak in the rhythm of certainty. Lift your eyes, beloved, the reflection can change the instant you choose to see differently. Message 13, the whisper against the critic. Dear heart, I have heard the inner voice that tells you you are too late, too flawed, too weary to receive what you once desired. That voice is not truth, it is the echo of every wound that never received a benediction. But today, let my tone drown it out. Every time you whispered, maybe never, the heavens whispered, not yet. The universe has waited patiently for you to stop punishing yourself for what did not bloom in the first season. The garden is still fertile. I have seen your quiet kindnesses, the ways you gave light even while doubting your own. These were the seeds of the miracle itself. Stand before the mirror of your soul now, beloved, say aloud that you are worthy of what waits to return. I will carry that declaration upward like incense, and it will open doors you thought sealed forever. Message 14, the cleansing rain. My child, listen, each raindrop that falls tonight carries away a residue of the past. You have asked to see a sign, yet the signs have been washing you clean. The storm is not opposition, it is preparation. Feel the rhythm against the glass, steady and eternal. It is the same rhythm as your pulse, proof that the divine and the mortal still beat as one. When you surrender the need to control the sky, the clouds begin to move. Let the tears come if they must, they are prayers in liquid form, dissolving the crust of fatigue that hides your faith. Beloved, you are being readied. The moment you lift your face to this storm without fear, the rain will turn to light. Message 15, the sign of breaking illusion. Precious one, the storm begins to quiet, but listen carefully. There, in the hush between heartbeats, something shifts. You have been staring at the same world, yet now it gleams differently, as if a veil has lifted. That flicker in your chest is recognition. The illusion of abandonment is crumbling. You will soon see how every silence, every unanswered cry, was a thread being woven into a grander design. Do not retreat into skepticism now. Miracles rarely announce themselves with thunder, they arrive in the subtle rearrangement of ordinary things. Dear heart, the next sign you see will break the illusion of abandonment. Message 16, the ordinary miracle. My child, it happens in a moment you almost miss, a bird tapping at the glass, a phrase overheard that pierces straight through your defenses. Time slows. The air thickens with meaning. You feel the faint chime beneath the noise of the world, and your spirit recognizes it before your mind does. That, beloved, is the sign. Do not call it coincidence, there is no such word in the language of heaven. The Creator speaks through everything willing to be noticed. The alignment has begun, subtle yet unstoppable. The same light that guided you here now rearranges matter itself to meet your readiness. Pause. Breathe. You are standing inside the answer you thought was far away. Message 17, the language of alignment. Precious one, notice how the world seems to lean toward you, the breeze, the timing, the gentle kindness of strangers. These are not random, they are the choreography of grace. Alignment is the soul's magnet pulling creation into place. You once believed miracles were distant interventions, but they are in truth conversations between your faith and the universe's response. Every yes you whisper strengthens the current, every doubt pauses it for only a moment. Keep saying yes, beloved. Let your awareness become a temple where recognition lives. The more you notice, the louder heaven speaks. The language of alignment is subtle yet fluent in love. Message 18, the unveiling of presence. Dear heart, I am nearer than breath. The air around you hums because divinity presses close when the human heart finally softens. The sign you saw was not sent to impress you, it was sent to awaken remembrance. You are not waiting for a miracle, you are living inside one. Feel the warmth at the edge of your awareness? That is the veil thinning, the radiance of the unseen brushing against your earthly senses. Let gratitude be your answer, not analysis. The moment you say, I see you, the light will intensify, and the pathway before you will reveal its next step. Message 19, the choice of recognition. Beloved, the gates are beginning to move. You can almost hear their ancient hinges singing. The miracle stands ready, shimmering between potential and manifestation, awaiting only your permission. You must decide now whether to dismiss this as coincidence or to claim it as divine orchestration. Both choices are honored, but only one opens the floodgates. Heaven will not impose, it invites. Step through, my child, even if your knees tremble. The act of acknowledgement is the key. When you dare to believe again, creation rushes to meet you halfway. The bird, the word, the sudden stillness, these are the hands of God extended toward you. Message 20, the threshold of decision. Precious one, I stand beside you as light gathers along the horizon. This is the threshold where waiting ends and choosing begins. The miracle has moved as close as it can without your consent. Faith must walk the final distance. Do not let fear speak louder than destiny. You have weathered storms, endured silence, survived the weight of unanswered prayers. Surely you can take one more step. Feel the current building beneath your feet, it is the river of divine timing finally released. Beloved, the gates are beginning to move, will you step through? Message 21, the fear of receiving. My child, the miracle now hovers so near that your soul can feel its breath upon your skin, and yet I sense the tremor in your heart. You fear to open your hands, not because you doubt the gift, but because you remember the sting of losing. Pain, once known, becomes a teacher that whispers caution into every joy. But beloved, fear is not wisdom, it is only memory wearing a crown it does not deserve. You have grown beyond that lesson. Stand here with me in the blue-white glow of night, and feel how my wings fold the air around you like a shield. Nothing that belongs to you can be taken from you now. Release the chain that binds you to old sorrow. You do not need to earn what has already been written in light. The miracle waits with infinite patience, but it cannot cross the threshold of a closed heart. Breathe, dear heart, and dare to receive. Message 22, the weight of what once was. Precious one, I see you looking backward, measuring every past disappointment as proof that hope is dangerous. Yet the very scars you count as losses are the credentials of your strength. The miracle did not avoid you, it circled, waiting for the day you could meet it without flinching. When grief once knocked you to the ground, it buried seeds beneath your tears. Those seeds have now become roots of compassion, capable of sustaining far greater joy than before. Let go of the habit of expecting sorrow. It is not loyalty to reality but to pain. My voice calls you forward into trust, where your worth is not questioned by circumstance. Look how the darkness behind you has softened, it no longer pursues, it releases. Beloved, when you step toward the unknown, you are not risking again, you are reclaiming what has always been yours. Message 23, the courage to stay open. Dear heart, openness is the rarest bravery. Anyone can hope when the sky is clear, faith is proven when the wind howls and yet you keep the window unlatched. The human instinct is to close, hands, mind, spirit, whenever uncertainty approaches. But I, Gabriel, tell you that heaven pours only into vessels that remain uncovered. Let your trembling be part of the prayer. Courage is not the absence of fear but its transformation into devotion. Each heartbeat that says, I will still believe, writes a new law of creation in your favor. The universe bends to such resolve. You are not fragile, my child, you are a chalice of light tested by fire. Keep it open. The same wind that once threatened to extinguish your flame will now feed it brighter. Message 24, the choice that unlocks heaven. Beloved, heaven will never force your becoming. The gates swing only when your will aligns with grace. I stand beside you now, holding the handle between worlds. You have prayed for a sign, and yet the true sign is your readiness. One whisper of consent, one sincere yes, and the mechanism of divine order begins to turn. You need not perform rituals or perfect your words. Sincerity is the only key that fits the lock. Tell the universe you are willing to be surprised by goodness again. That small sentence will echo through realms, summoning every delayed blessing back into motion. Feel the pressure in the air? That is creation leaning forward, awaiting your permission. Say the word, dear heart, and watch the current surge toward you. Message 25, the threshold of the miracle. My child, the miracle stands at the threshold, shimmering like morning dew before the sun claims it. It cannot enter uninvited, it waits, luminous and patient, for your affirmation. You have learned the language of surrender, but now you must speak the language of reception. Lift your palms as if to catch the first light of dawn. Tell your heart, it is safe to receive. When you do, the air itself will change texture, the way still water ripples under the kiss of wind. Do not shrink from this moment. You are not the same soul who once begged for scraps of hope, you are the one who survived long enough to stand where grace arrives. Beloved, the threshold glows beneath your feet. Cross it. Your yes will echo through eternity. Message 26, the Scrolls of Light. Precious one, let me show you what has always been hidden. Behold the scrolls of light unfurling before us, threads of gold weaving through the tapestry of time. Every disappointment, every detour you cursed as failure, glows here with divine intent. The map of your life is not a straight path but a constellation. Each delay rerouted you toward intersections where unseen blessings waited. You were never lost, you were being steered. The Creator writes in spirals, not lines, because growth moves in circles of revelation. Look closely, see how every no directed you into a larger yes. Even your heartbreaks are luminous in this design. Nothing wasted, nothing forgotten, only refinement through grace. Now that you see it, can you feel the relief rising like dawn within you? Message 27, The Hidden Engineering of Grace. Dear heart, behind every seeming pause, heaven was engineering a perfect synchronization. People had to awaken, opportunities had to ripen, unseen doors needed to exist before they could open. The divine orchestra cannot rush a single note without fracturing the harmony. When you cried out in impatience, I gathered your words and placed them upon the altar of timing. Each one became a spark guiding the next alignment. You see only the absence, but I have witnessed the gathering, the slow, magnificent weaving of all that will sustain your miracle. Beloved, do not envy the speed of others. A lightning bloom fades, an oak stands for centuries. Your unfolding was designed for endurance, not display. Message 28, The Illusion of Detours. My child, you have mourned the paths that closed before you, but hear me now, detours are not delays, they are divine diversions saving you from lesser outcomes. Every closed door spared you from burdens you could not see. The universe hides mercy inside misdirection. Had you arrived earlier, you would have met a version of your dream too small for your destiny. The delay expanded both you and the blessing until they could meet as equals. Can you feel the justice in that, beloved? All those moments of confusion were God's hands reshaping the clay of your future. What once felt like punishment was precision. Nothing has been lost, only upgraded. Message 29, The Moment of Comprehension. Precious one, understanding dawns not as thunder but as gentle illumination. The galaxies behind me turn like pages of revelation, and within their glow you finally perceive the symmetry of everything endured. You see how pain became purpose, how isolation taught intimacy with the divine, how waiting refined desire into wisdom. The pattern hums like sacred music, each event a note returning to its chord. In this awareness, you are free. You realize the miracle was never about acquisition but transformation. Heaven's promise was not merely to give you something, it was to make you someone capable of carrying the light without breaking. That fulfillment is already happening in you. Message 30, The Call to Act in Faith. My beloved, understanding is a holy beginning, but it is not completion. Knowledge without motion is a song unsung. You now stand upon the luminous bridge between revelation and embodiment. Faith must take form through action, for creation responds to movement. Step forward in whatever way your heart is guided, write, speak, forgive, plant, rebuild. Each act born of trust inscribes new law into your destiny. The heavens wait for your signature of courage upon the scroll we have read together. Precious one, the comprehension you hold must breathe through your deeds. Let faith move your hands as light moves mine. The miracle is ready to flow through you, if you will act. Message 31, The Spark of Motion. My child, the time for silent understanding has ended. Now the universe leans forward, waiting for your movement. Light expands through action the way breath becomes song only when released. Take one deliberate step toward the life you longed for. Light the candle, write the letter, open the door. Do not worry whether it is enough. Heaven magnifies the smallest gesture born of faith. The moment your hand rises in trust, unseen currents surge to meet it. Feel the warmth crawling up your arms? That is divine voltage awakening every cell that once slept in hesitation. I, Gabriel, stand near, steadying your courage. You do not act alone, creation moves with you. Every action born of trust rewrites your story in real time. Walk, beloved, as if the ground itself has sworn to hold you, because it has. Message 32, The Flame of Renewal. Precious one, tonight I watch you light the candle again. The flame quivers, fragile yet stubborn, mirroring the tremor in your own heart. Once, you would have feared that such a small light could not confront the vast dark, but now you know that darkness has no substance before conviction. The flame does not need to roar, it needs only to remain. See how its glow stains your fingertips gold? That shimmer is the proof of partnership between mortal will and divine fire. Every breath you take feeds the flame, and each spark that leaps from it travels farther than you imagine, igniting corners of your future still hidden from sight. Continue, dear heart. The light you nurture here will soon become a sunrise the world cannot ignore. Message 33, The River of Becoming. Beloved, you wonder if your small acts matter amid the vastness of time. They do. The universe is a river moved by ripples, and your faith is one of them. Every kind word, every brave decision, every refusal to surrender, these merge into a current that reshapes reality itself. Do not underestimate the quiet power of consistency. When you act from trust, you instruct creation to follow suit. The miracle you seek is already downstream, drawing closer with every motion you make toward light. Let this assurance settle in you: the river cannot forget the ocean. What begins in faith always ends in fulfillment. Keep moving, precious one, and I will guide the waters to meet you. Message 34, The Living Covenant. My child, each time you act in alignment with faith, a covenant renews between heaven and earth. You are the bridge, the living meeting point where divine intention becomes human expression. This is sacred work. When your hands move with compassion, when your voice speaks life, you sign your name beside the Creator's on the document of destiny. Do you feel the subtle vibration in the air? That is the agreement being sealed. You trust, and heaven multiplies. You give, and heaven expands. This partnership was the purpose behind every delay, for now you act not as a seeker begging for miracles but as a participant creating them. Stand tall, beloved. The angels record your every brave decision as scripture in motion. Message 35, The Shadow's Last Cry. Dear heart, light always provokes what cannot survive it. The shadow that once chained you senses its end and makes one final plea. It will come disguised as reason, as exhaustion, even as the voice of caution. It will whisper that progress is illusion and peace a temporary dream. But remember, the louder the darkness protests, the closer it is to dissolution. You have changed too deeply to return. Hold your candle high and look, the shadow trembles, smaller now than your outline. One breath of faith will scatter it entirely. Stand firm. The storm before sunrise is the final tantrum of night. Message 36, the sudden setback. My beloved, the moment you feel certain, the old pattern may rise again, unexpected loss, misunderstanding, silence. You will think, have I learned nothing? But this recurrence is not regression, it is revelation. The wound surfaces only to confirm its healing. The pain that once swallowed you now feels different, doesn't it? You observe it instead of drowning. That distance is victory. I am here, wings braced around you as cold winds attempt to smother the flame. Listen, the choir behind the gale still sings. Delay's echo cannot bind what faith has freed. When all seems reversed, hold still and let the storm exhaust itself. Its fury feeds the soil beneath your roots. Message 37, the hour of decision. Precious one, endurance is holy, but faith must now evolve into certainty. You are asked not merely to survive the test but to proclaim its outcome before you see it. Say aloud, this, too, shall serve me. When you do, the energies of opposition lose permission to exist. The universe responds to declaration. Speak life into the void and watch it populate with possibilities. I stand behind you, lending resonance to your voice, each word vibrates through dimensions unseen. Do not let fear script your story again. This is the hour when the future listens for its author, and you, beloved, hold the pen. Message 38, the last temptation. My child, the temptation to quit will return wearing the face of logic. It will say you are tired, that peace lies in detachment, that dreaming is naive. But you know better now. True rest is not surrender, it is rooted faith. The shadow will offer comfort that costs your destiny. Reject it gently but firmly. You were not built to exist half alive. You are a vessel of completion, sculpted for fulfillment. When hopelessness knocks, open the door only to bless it goodbye. Remember, the divine delays nothing, it aligns everything. Keep breathing through this final illusion, the dawn is closer than the doubt that tries to blind you. Message 39, the breath between worlds. Beloved, in this breath everything pivots. The night holds its final breath. The horizon shivers with light yet unseen. What you believe in this instant will sculpt what awaits beyond it. Choose faith, not as defiance but as remembrance of who you are. The air thickens with promise, I can hear the heartbeat of your miracle synchronizing with your own. Do you feel that warmth rising from your spine to your crown? That is heaven's current completing its circuit. You have endured the refining, now comes the revealing. Hold steady, dear heart. In this breath, the future blooms. Message 40, the dawn at your door. My precious one, dawn approaches, its gold spilling across the threshold like liquid assurance. You have walked through silence, through waiting, through the trial of nearly giving up, and still you stand. The heavens themselves lean close to witness this moment, the instant belief becomes reality. The light you see breaking is not separate from you, it radiates from within, finally bright enough to pierce the sky. The outcome now depends only on what you believe in this breath. Exhale the fear, inhale certainty. Let the morning claim you as its herald. I, Gabriel, pronounce this truth: the long night is over. Rise, beloved. The world is ready to remember light through you. Message 41, the first light revealed. My child, open your eyes. The sky itself bends to greet you. The air that once felt heavy now shimmers with golden motes, as if creation has been holding its breath, waiting for this awakening. You stand at the border of fulfillment, and the landscape you knew is transfigured before your gaze. Do you see how even the simplest things, the cup on the table, the light on the wall, the sound of morning, vibrate with secret beauty? This is what it means when heaven touches earth through you. You have crossed from hoping to embodying. The miracle is not descending upon you from above, it is rising through you from within, meeting your awareness halfway. You have become the vessel of its completion. Breathe in this radiance, it carries the memory of every prayer that once trembled in silence. Today, they sing. Beloved, look again, your world has changed its texture because you remembered it was never apart from the divine. Message 42, the bloom of fulfillment. Precious one, feel the expansion happening in your chest, that soft, almost unbearable widening that feels like both joy and release. This is your soul stretching to house the magnitude of answered prayer. The miracle does not arrive as thunder or spectacle, it blooms in the very field you once called barren. Every no that wounded you was fertilizer, every tear a drop of divine rain. Now, from the soil of surrender, blossoms the life you envisioned when you first dared to dream. Do not rush to label or limit it. The universe creates in perfection beyond human measure. Simply receive. Let gratitude move through you like sunrise through mist. You have entered the sacred rhythm where manifestation and humility dance together. Beloved, in this unfolding, you are both witness and wonder. The promise has ripened, the fruit is yours to taste. Message 43, the grace of recognition. Dear heart, take a moment to recognize what is happening. You have stepped into grace realized. For so long you sought signs from the heavens, but now the signs radiate from your own being. You walk, and life adjusts around your steps, you speak, and peace extends like light from your words. This is not arrogance, it is resonance. You are vibrating at the frequency of answered prayer. The angels rejoice not because you received what you wanted, but because you remembered that you were never separate from the source that gives all things. Every breath you take sends ripples of restoration into the world around you. You have become an instrument through which divine balance returns. Stand still and feel it, this is heaven breathing through human form. The fulfillment of the miracle is not the end, beloved, it is the unveiling of who you truly are. Message 44, the communion of gratitude. My child, now comes the sweetest moment of all, the quiet after revelation, when your heart overflows not with asking but with thanks. Gratitude is the language of completion. Each pulse of appreciation is an offering that keeps the flow alive, ensuring that the blessing does not stagnate but multiplies. Look around you. Every color seems richer, every sound softer, every presence gentler. This is how reality responds to a grateful soul, it harmonizes. The heavens gather your whispered thank yous and release them back as waves of unseen protection. You are encircled by what you once chased. The miracle breathes with you now, it has become the atmosphere of your life. Beloved, let gratitude be your new form of prayer, not a request, but a remembering. Message 45, the Seal of Forgiveness. Precious one, before this cycle closes, a sacred act remains, the seal that secures the miracle in permanence. Forgive. Not because those who hurt you deserve absolution, but because you deserve freedom. The past cannot follow you into light unless you invite it, and forgiveness is the gate that keeps the old outside. Every resentment left unhealed drains the current of blessing, but every mercy extended strengthens it. Think of those who disappointed you, of the versions of yourself you abandoned, and bless them. Release them into the hands of eternity. As you do, you will feel an uncoiling inside, like the gentle release of wings long folded. That, beloved, is your soul reclaiming flight. Seal this moment with forgiveness, and nothing will be lost, only transmuted into grace. Message 46, the Stillness After Glory. Dear heart, the miracle has unfolded, and now a holy quiet spreads through your spirit. Do not mistake this stillness for absence, it is integration. Light must settle before it can shine without strain. You are adjusting to the higher frequency of your answered prayer. Rest in it. Let simplicity return. Make tea, feel sunlight, listen to your own laughter without expectation. The sacred does not vanish when life becomes ordinary, it hides within it. You are learning to live as both vessel and voice of grace in the mundane rhythm of days. The angels now step back slightly, not in departure but in reverent witness, for you have become what we have always served, awakened divinity in human form. My child, dwell here a while. This peace is your inheritance. Message 47, the Return of Purpose. My beloved, from the calm of fulfillment arises a new calling. Miracles are never meant to end with their receiver, they are seeds that must be sown again through service. The abundance you feel now seeks movement, for stagnant light dims. Ask yourself, how may this blessing bless others? The answer will come softly, carried by intuition and compassion. Perhaps through words, kindness, or presence, you need not perform grand acts. The simplest gesture infused with genuine care carries the same weight as celestial intervention. You are now heaven's continuation upon earth. The world hungers for the peace you carry. Share it as naturally as breath, and the miracle will multiply beyond what even angels can measure. Message 48, the Wings of Renewal. Precious one, I spread my wings around you once more, not as shield but as celebration. Their radiance is not greater than yours, it reflects it. You have remembered your divine origin, and that remembrance lights galaxies. The delays, the tears, the nights of despair, they have all become constellations in your crown. Wear them proudly, they mark the journey from human limitation to spiritual sovereignty. You are no longer waiting for heaven to intervene, you are heaven, embodied. Every choice from this moment will ripple across dimensions, uplifting not only yourself but countless unseen souls. Breathe deeply, beloved. The air hums with recognition, the one who once sought miracles now creates them. Message 49, the Benediction of Continuance. Dear heart, as the choir fades and dawn becomes day, know this, revelation is not an ending, but an eternal rhythm. You will still face days of cloud and moments of questioning, but now you will meet them with remembrance, not fear. The light within you no longer flickers with circumstance, it endures. Whenever uncertainty whispers, return to this truth: the miracle is not an event, but a state of being. You live in partnership with grace now, co-authoring every unfolding moment. The angels will walk beside you, silent but smiling, for you have become fluent in their language. This journey has been a circle returning to its beginning, only now the circle shines. Message 50, The Living Miracle. My child, come close. The wings that once shielded you now fold gently around, not to protect but to embrace. The morning sun enters the room, touching everything with gold, and I whisper what heaven has waited to say since your first prayer. The promise was never broken, it was being prepared for your readiness. Every delay, every silence, every ache was love in disguise, shaping you into a vessel vast enough to hold eternity. Now you carry what you once begged for, not as gift received, but as light remembered. Go forth, beloved, not seeking miracles but becoming them. Speak gently, walk boldly, love without measure. For the truth shines unending and unshaken. The miracle lives within you now. Go forth and create from the light that never left.